Struggling to get in there. How's it going?
You're there without a picture.
You're just in. There.
I think a lot of people are trying to get in and they can't. How are you, Amanda? I think you might have your mute on, Amanda.
Very excited. Yeah, very excited. In fact, I'm jumping around.
You've turned it off now. Look at that. Look.
Ponlo in Natura Cavall, el link. Mira el link en Aventura Cavall, pásalo al primo.
Oh, hello.
No, pero acá me aburro yo.
Someone on 2 devices.
Hazlo en la casa, porque si no, no puedo hablar. Entra aquí. También puedes hablar. Amanda,
What is he going on?
who's here so far?
I'm just working out. Someone's on 2 devices, so we've got a lot of replay. Is it someone on 2 devices next to each other?
Yeah, I think Joanne and his nephew. Shall I tell them to switch one of them off?
They've got to move apart.
Joanne and Pera, tenéis que separaros un poco. Cada uno en un sitio, si no, no va a funcionar. Estáis demasiado cerca. Okay, that's the problem.
Outside.
That's a problem.
Okay, that's those 2. I've just sent them away.
Amazing. So, Lizzie, we're going to hand it over to you. How's life as a cowgirl? What's happening?
Well, we're planning something. So we're getting ready, getting all the horses shoed at the moment, which is taking a long time.
Lizzie, you're muted.
Lizzie, you're muted.
I'm muted.
Now I can hear you. Now.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we've decided to do, the secret, is that we are going to ride on horseback around the whole of the island to raise money for the Alan Graham Foundation. So we will be setting off probably on the 24th of May. That's when we've got permission from the government. And we'll be riding through the whole island. So there'll be 4 horses and 3 riders. We'll have 2 main riders, which will be Joanne and I, and different guest riders who, for example, Amanda, Kirsten, I don't know if she's here, Verity, and other people. So the idea is to do something a bit different that's never been done. I don't think anyone's ridden around the island as far as we know on horseback. And we're going to be stopping off along the way and hoping to visit some of you. So yeah, I'm sure you've got some questions for me, Amanda.
I do. So what inspired the ride?
Well, I know that everyone was quite down with the lock-in, the lockdown. I think a lot of people were very scared and anxious because, well, not having work, not being able to go out, being stuck in their homes, basically. And obviously, as Natura Cavall, we were worried as well. We lost 2 months of work, of bookings, and but we decided to try and turn everything around and be more positive. So we thought, what could be a fun thing to do when lockdown's finished and life's going back to normal? We thought that we would try and help, because we know that the Alan Graham Foundation got flooded, their shops, and they had more problems than most people over this time. And we just really believe in their foundation and wanted to try and raise money for them, but also to to be traveling around the island at the moment when people can't be visiting the island, well, why not promote it to the people who are here, you know, and go and just rejoice in how beautiful the island is and where we can go, and beautiful beaches and restaurants and agroturismos that are available to everybody. So instead of thinking we can't get out, we're stuck on the island, why not think, wow, we've got the island to ourselves, you know, look what we can do.
And what sort of impact is this? How do you think this will affect the communities that you visit? What do you think will be the result of what happens when a cowboy rides into town?
Well, normally when we ride into town with the horses and all the packs, and there's a feeling of excitement, and you know, little children want to jump on the horses, and people in the bars want to give the horses water, and different farmers want to give us somewhere to stay. And I think it's sort of a feeling, something about the horses just brings people together, and it makes people, there is a sense of energy and excitement, I think, when we do ride into town. And we're hoping to just bring a little bit of happiness, really, you know, a bit of fun, a bit of adventure. And yeah, that's our main objective, really.
It's kind of funny because as you say that, I've got this image of, like, you know, like the Olympic flame that they take around everyone's. I feel like the cowboy, I've got goosebumps saying this, it might sound funny, but this feeling of, like, you know, a torch and you guys like lighting all these towns up, like as you move through, and just bringing that community back, you know, uniting Mallorca and filling bars with people that want to meet. Is there going to be opportunities to meet the cowboys in the towns as you go? Is it going to be, are you
Yes.
be able to come and have lunch and pat the horses and hear the stories?
Oh yeah, we're going to give 24-hour warnings before we arrive somewhere, so you can sort of track our map and where we're going to be. So we're starting from Manacor and we're heading south along the coast, and then eventually we'll be riding up after Estrenc, that sort of area. We'll be riding up to Ucmayor, and then sort of around Algaida, Santa Maria, and across to Bunyola, and then down to Calvia, and then back up. So you can look at the map, and if you are on our route, and even if you're not on our route and you know you can track us, then it would be lovely to come and have a drink in the bar. We're not going to be we're basically going to set off at 5 a.m. every day and stop before 10. So we'll be in a town or at a farm or an agroturismo until about 5, when we start tacking up the horses again, ready to go, because they need to rest, and we're not going to ride in this heat. We never do. So that's the thinking behind it, you know. And obviously we'll just be sleeping out in the wild along the way.
Yeah. I think it's going to really unite the Mallorca, and just there might be some people on the call that actually don't know the history of all the horses, because these aren't just normal horses, you know, they've all got a history and a story behind them. Could you just tell everyone a little bit about the horses and how they came to be at Natura Cavall as well?
Yeah, well, basically the Joan and Xavi started kind of buying horses for the price of meat, basically. When they stopped competing, racing, or if people can't look after them, they would take them on and give them another chance. So we've got a mixture of 18 horses and some ponies at the moment, and all of them are from different backgrounds. We've got paint horses. Oh, here come the horses. In fact, they're bringing them out. You can see, here comes Joan. We had to make a show. Can you see them?
Aren't they beautiful?
So here comes Joan's nephew riding on Pippi. So we've got different rescue horses, and they've come from different backgrounds. A lot of them competed, but it's been very extreme for them, and they've just needed to kind of calm down. Other ones have never been trained, so we spend a lot of time training all the time, as you can see. That's them messing around as always. Yeah, so the idea is just to sort of we invest in them as you would in people, giving them a good nutrition, good medical care, and training, so that they're ready to be ridden. Which is why we often specialize in taking expert riders, but we also have some horses now that are good for beginners and children, and we also obviously, you know, do equine therapy with disabled children as well. So the horses are really well adapted in that sense.
So beautiful. And let's just have a little chat about Alan Graham, because they're a charity I've been following for a while. I love Rosemary and her work, and you know, can we just talk a little bit about why you chose that charity in particular? Because it's something I think that will really touch a lot of hearts.
Yeah. Well, I feel that for us, we know what it's like. I mean, I have 3 kids, and you know, it's not always been easy for me as a single mum, bringing them up here on the island and not having everything that we necessarily need all the time. And when I imagine someone who doesn't have a mum or dad or family to support them, I just love the idea that the Alan Graham Foundation are supporting these kids and giving them the chance to have further studies, to have an apartment, to have a future, to go to university, you know, things that, I mean, it's giving them a second opportunity. It's giving them the chance to really do something with their lives, you know. Their future could be completely different. And yeah, that's, I just think it's amazing. And I think it's amazing what they're doing, and I admire it so much. And I know that it's also a charity or a foundation here that so many people on the island support already. So that's also good. Here comes Chavi.
And just on that note too, because that's not the only charity work you do. You guys have kind of created another charity that a lot of people mightn't know about. Do you want to just talk a little bit about that extra riding you do with the children on Mondays?
Yes, I mean, it came about in a very natural way, as many things do. Obviously, there's a foundation here called Abroscom, which is for kids with disabilities, learning disabilities, and it's also teenagers mainly. And that's based in Manacor. And we actually have a friendship with the director of the school, and we're talking to her. Here comes Xavi to just pop in and say hello.
Hello, how are you?
Xavi! Everyone, let's all give
Xavi's
Xavi a
Captain
wave.
Fantastic.
Everyone, gallery view. Everyone wave to Xavi.
Hello.
Everybody.
He finally made it. He has
All
to be back.
waves. Everybody wave.
And then you can see, of course, Jan somewhere in the background, just not on Zoom chat. But yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so basically it came about spontaneously, and she was asking me if we do anything for kids, and I mentioned it to Dran and Xavi, and they said, well, we could do it. Let's just do it. And Dran and Xavi were basically like, no way are we going to charge anything to these kids. This is something we want to give back into the community, and it's something we're passionate about. So we got a few volunteers together, and we just started doing it. And we didn't actually have much experience, to be honest, but we just went for it, and it's been amazing. We've actually had kids completely physically disabled on the horses, bareback, with us, you know, and it's amazing. And we're hoping to get some slightly better equipment now we know what we need. But actually, they've just had a ball. I mean, it's completely not what they expected, not particularly health and safety, but absolutely brilliant. And we only have 5 or 6 of them every Monday, so they keep changing every month, the group. So it's, yeah, it's just brilliant. It's just supernatural, and kind of it just works, you know.
I just think what's going on at the moment in the world, and with all these lockdowns, personally being part of the Natura Cavall community and family, and you know, I'm sure everyone in the room here today that's been invited to this meeting is just so honoured to be part of this. It's not just you guys. We all feel, if I can speak for everyone, just such a part of it, you know, like it's really got me through lockdown, knowing that the first thing I'm going to do is come and see you guys, and the minute I can get in my car, I can come and just feed horses. And I just feel like the door's always open, and that once you do a ride with you guys, it's like you're part of this VIP, beautiful family club for life, which especially as obviously a non-Spanish and an expat here, or a immigrant, I just feel so welcomed, and it's such an honor. Could everyone give me a thumbs up if they agree and they feel really special to be part of this family? How cool. So Lizzie, can you tell us, how can we get involved? Like, how can we on the outside really support you guys? What can we do? How can we make it bigger than better than ever? How can we really light Mallorca up with the Cowboy ride?
Well, I think, for example, I'm seeing a few kids in there who are great on social media, and that would be a massive help. They could write an article from their point of view, copy or paste, share. We need this to go big, so we need articles far and wide, different kinds of articles about us. Anyone is welcome. So publicity is a big one, because we don't want to just ride around the island and no one knows we've even been around. So we want to create a big storm, basically, and that's partly why we're doing the Zoom meeting.
So
the other thing
everyone
is
promise to share the next post. Will everyone give us a thumbs up if you're happy to share the post everywhere? Woohoo! Everyone.
yeah,
Yay! Awesome. Keep going.
brilliant. So that's really, you know, for example, you know, this morning my mum said, oh, the newspaper in the Highlands of Scotland is going to do a feature on you, you know, that kind of thing. The national magazine for gays and lesbians are going to do a big feature on us for Spain. So all kinds of, it could be anything, and I love that, you know, we're just going to pop up all over the place. I think my sister's here, but my niece Lily suggested writing an article about us for her personal website, and that would be lovely. I mean, she's nearly 13, you know, and she wants to write about it, and I just think that's so coming from the heart, you know, and that's what really gets me. Obviously, we've made it very easy for people to make a donation. You just press the button, so it should work on your phone easily. It doesn't matter if it's €1, if it's €10 or whatever. It's not about, we want to raise the funds, and that's really important. But it's also about community, and we know everyone's having a hard time right now. And it's just partly about taking part in this and showing some support for the foundation and giving them a big thumbs up, as if to say, look what you've dedicated your time to, you know, look what you've done, look how you've invested in those young people's lives, you know, what's going to come out of that? They're the future leaders of this world. And that's why I'd like some of you teenagers or children to do something as well, you know, you've all got your families there, and imagine if you didn't. And I just think that's important. The other thing that would be great is if anyone can offer us a little bit of land where we could rest in the day. We're going to be resting between 10 and 5. So it'd be great to have, if anyone has a little field or someone we could keep the horses just for a few hours. Maybe we could have a shower. It doesn't matter if we don't because we're Cowboys, but if we did get to have a shower at some point, that would be great. And if anyone wants to donate a meal or bring us a picnic or buy us a few beers, that would be great. We're also, you know, paying for this, so it'd be great to, if anyone wanted to say, I'll buy a sack of horse food, or that would also be useful. So team here, and I just want to thank them. We've got Manda and Verity and Kirsten and Emma, who've been working really hard helping me to get everything organized, because I'm not the most organized person, and I think we should all do a big clap for those guys. They've really put everything into it over the last few weeks, and I was very tearful this morning just thinking what amazing friends I've made, and how much patience they have with us as a team. And yeah, just amazing, really amazing.
Well, on behalf of the girls and everyone watching, I think I'd just like to say it's because you guys are so welcoming and you've welcomed us all into your world and community, and everyone's dream of owning a horse gets real because we all feel we're so connected to the animals and the Cowboys. And, you know, we're all so grateful for you. And just to be clear, though, the way we can give back to you is through buying a sack of food for the horses,
Yeah.
or buying us a beer, or the Cowboys a beer. Donating, which would be really, really valuable because it doesn't just help the mission around the island. It's going to house and educate and give so much support to children in need from the Alan Graham Association and Foundation. And massively sharing the news. So sharing it on Instagram, sharing it on Facebook, sending emails, telling stories, and keeping an eye on our posts and sharing that as well. Does that sort of sum it up?
Yeah, keeping the torch on. Yeah, we need all your support, and that sums it up well, Amanda. Yeah, really good. I like the bit about the beers as well. That's fine.
Well, and actually, maybe the Cowboys need some food because we don't. Much to your surprise, the Cowboys don't live on beer. In fact, Joanne Hudley, they don't even drink that much. I think it's more us.
Non-alcoholic.
Actually, they'd probably like some food. So, you know, if I can add something, if you hear we're coming into town or the Cowboys are coming into town and you want to like throw on a barbie or, you know, buy a Cowboy a baguette, or a bocadillo, or donate some food or some money for food, that'd be really appreciated too. And bring in some of that communal spirit, you know, come and eat round the campfire.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, beautiful. So before we go, just before we finish, because you know a lot of people have been locked down and mightn't know the news, apparently we can come riding again. So what's happening? What have we got to do? What can we do? Trail rides? Can we do rides at the farm? How can we get involved? What can we do with the current circumstances in Mallorca?
All very much up in the air at the moment, with laws changing every day, and we're very much in contact with the local council about this. I mean, you are allowed to do sport in groups of up to 10. So ideally, those of you that want to come and ride, the best time is to ride from the stables, because in every sense, that's the best. But we're also doing a few trips up to the beach, and there could be changes in the last minute. We can't guarantee because we're very much in touch with the town hall, and they're sort of making sure that we go step by step. Everything's up in the air. But yeah, in theory, yeah, we're starting on Monday, so you can come up and ride or do some classes or come and have a drink as of Monday. So yeah,
beautiful.
It's pretty cool.
And just one other thing some of you might be wondering is, you know, what do we, you know, with the ride going around Mallorca, when everyone's been locked down for such a long time, I'd just like to, you know, you guys that might be wondering about this, to know that we do have put a policy and procedure in place for COVID-19. We're checking temperatures at the Cowboys. Everyone's been in isolation. We've got policies and procedures and personal protection put in place so everyone's safe, and we'll be monitoring everyone's health the whole way around. So, and we just want to acknowledge that side of things has been really taken care of as well. So we're taking that very seriously. Temperatures will be checked every day. You know, we'll be using the precautions we need to in public places. And if we need to, don't be put off by it. We'll only look more badass with Cowboys with masks on. We'll probably use bandanas because that looks cool. But just want to let you all know that, you know,
we'll make some special cowboy masks.
Absolutely.
In fact, I think Joanne's mum is making. Yeah, we'll be coming in like Mask of Zorro. But
awesome.
yeah, that is really important. We don't. The last thing we want to do is upset anybody with what we're doing or step. A lot of lives lost, and we know that, and you know, that's why we're waiting, and we're very much in contact with the local council about when is a good time to go, and that'll be when the bars are opening and things are going back to normal within the next few weeks, I would say.
Brilliant. So is there anything, before we wrap it up, is there any final messages for everyone, except make sure you get involved, tick all the boxes, come and hang out with us, follow the Cowboys. You can even follow them in the car and meet them in every town. We're totally up for Cowboy groupies. So if you guys want to be in every town when the Cowboys ride in, then that's totally cool. You know, it's going to be fun, and we'd really like the community to get it fully involved. And we'd also like you to know that we're really honoured that you guys all came to be so many people on this live. Like, there's too many people to even mention. And that's
how many people are on the live, Manda?
Hey?
How many people are on the live now?
We had like 28 at one point.
Okay, brilliant.
There's 2 pages, yeah.
Nice one.
I'm not technically advanced enough to look and talk and do all of the things. Lots.
Yeah.
So
I
thank you.
get it. Just a quick hello from Joanne.
Hello.
You can see him from there, yeah?
Yeah.
You can never really get him closer than that.
We will on the ride though.
Oh, yeah,
Can I
on the
ask
ride,
a
yeah.
question?
Yeah.
Let's do some questions.
I think I missed how many riders are you expecting to have?
We're going to have 2 main riders, which is going to be Joanne and I. And then we're going to have different guest riders along the way for different legs of the journey. So, for example, Manda is one of our guest riders, Verity, Kirsten, Johanna. So we've got different people who have been working with us on the project and will also be riding with us depending on obviously their work. It's not that easy to take off, 20 days or however long it's going to take. So yeah, we're just playing a little bit by ear, but we don't want to have a big group, obviously, because of everything that's been going on. I think small group is the way to go, and it's also quite a big adventure, and it's not always going to be easy. We're going to be sleeping out in the wild on the horse mats. We're not going to have luxuries. We're going to take the minimum stuff. We're taking a pack horse, so there'll be 4 horses at all times with all our stuff, because we don't want to have transport backup if possible.
Question. Hi,
Yeah.
Leland here. Hi.
Hey!
So,
Hopefully you're going to
hey.
be one of our riders.
Absolutely.
We're counting on you, the
I'm there.
swordsman and the
Well, I'll leave the
professional-
sword at home. Hey, listen. So I have a question. Of course, someone's going to ask if one of our legs passes by one of an established stables on the island, and we have friends in those groups at those stables, and they want to participate on a particular leg on their own horses, taking their own responsibility. What would you say to that?
Good question.
Well, that is a good question. I think that sounds like a lot of fun.
I mean, if we have
Sounds like a lot of fun.
assuming that we have heading into a town, assuming that we would have maybe a couple news reporters or a TV camera there at some point, it might be interesting that we have a band of followers that joined us on a particular leg. Maybe so we're not surprised. Maybe we can have them tell us beforehand, of course. I know a couple people that don't know of this project yet, but once they do, they might say, "Oh, that's awesome! Can I come join with my horse?" So I don't know. It's just a thought for you to consider.
It sounds like a lot of fun, Leila, and I'm really looking forward to having a good chat with you about that later.
All right.
And
Good.
I'm definitely counting on you for a part of this leg, and that you'll bring your swords with you and do some acrobatics.
Absolutely. I'll be there.
Brilliant.
All right.
Thank you. Another one? We've got another question there, Amanda.
I did, and it just slipped my mind. I had a really good one.
There's someone waving there.
Oh yeah, I've got a really. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So I just want to clarify that while this ride's going on around the island, you can still go to the stables and ride with Chavy and the other horses, right?
Oh yeah.
So the show's not stopping for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we need you be doing that because we've got a great team of volunteers who will be there, and every day Xavi's going to be there with another group of 4 volunteers. So, and they have been with us for almost a year, so they're completely insured and ready to go. So we'll be doing probably groups of 6. So it means that we can have one guide, but Xavi's going to be working, and I'm going to be coordinating in my breaks, as always.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's for Manda, really. Manda, is this recorded, this video, this live?
I can stop the recording if we need to. If we
No,
want
no, no. No, I just wondered because then, of course, we need to share this live as well. So everyone share this live video.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to ask something politically.
No, no, no. No secrets now.
Hi, Johanna. I know that's you.
We take that on the way, yeah?
Yeah, so we're going to share this live with you as soon as it downloads on my computer, which doesn't happen quickly at the moment, unfortunately. But as soon as it's ready, we'll share it in the WhatsApp group. We'll put it on our new YouTube channel, which is really exciting. And and we'll have it on the a bit on the Instagram and on the Facebook, so you guys can share this news as well. Plus, Lizzie and I are about to go live on International Yachting Radio and do an official announcement. There's been a press release, and let's just all agree, can I have a big thumbs up if everyone's going to help the Cowboys go viral? Woo! Let's be part of something huge. It's so exciting. Any other questions?
I've got one.
Yeah.
Hi. So when you say you're coming to towns, are you going to like busy towns or just like farm towns? Because I don't know, like, is it in terms of restrictions that you can come to little busy villages like hotels or not? Because I don't know. I think it's awesome. Your whole concept and idea and everything about it's really good. So yeah, just as to what areas you would be stopping in.
Well, if you look on the map on the link, you can see that we've marked out most of the towns that we're planning on stopping in. So, you know, we're thinking, you know, probably we've got the bigger towns are Calvia, where we're going to stop, and Galilea, Bunyola, Llucmajor, Algaida, and it will depend where we stop. I mean, we might be stopping in an agroturismo or just having a drink in a local bar. It will depend on who contacts us and who sort of offers us a place where we can keep the horses on the route, really. But we'll be keeping it
fair enough.
Yeah.
So somewhere where they can keep horses, basically, as well as yourselves.
The
I'll
most
be coming to
important
you
thing
in
is
that
that the
case.
horses get to graze and get to have some freedom, because between 10 and 5 they're just going to be resting, and we want them to be able to play and have some shade and water and food, and we'll just be riding, you know, early morning and in the late afternoon. So we're not going to push them hard, and we'll probably be rotating horses, so we won't be taking the same 4 horses for the whole time. I think probably we'll be swapping them around a bit depending on how they're doing, as we do on all of our expeditions.
Beautiful.
Any more questions? Yeah.
Any
more questions out there?
Or anybody.
One
Just
more.
unmute yourself and talk if you want, or give us a wave and we'll unmute you.
Could you send through the link again? Because I don't seem to have it, and I looked on the website just now. That way
the link for the donation.
Yeah, and also the calendar to see, or the map where you'll be.
Well, you know what? We haven't put it up yet because we're literally gonna put it up after the launch. So this is the launch, and then we're doing the International Yacht Radio, and then we're putting it out there. So it'll be on the Facebook, Instagram, and social media of Natura Cavall, and there should be a link on the website there as well. Yeah. But we haven't sent it out. We've been holding it back.
Super.
Yeah. Any other questions? No? Amanda?
No, I'm good. Verity, Kirsten, have you got anything that we've missed? Have we covered everything? They're actually the brains behind it all.
Yeah, completely. They're the ones that we should all just give them a round of
Trying to do
applause.
everything. Can everyone give those two a really special applause?
Yeah. Wow.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hey guys. Sharon.
Dan's galloping by.
Is Sharon
I
still
can't
there?
stop him.
Yes, hello.
Yes. I was Sharon's question that she was making sure that we actually had that we weren't going to step on any councils, any jurisdiction's toes by taking horses on public streets. Do we have to concern ourselves with getting permissions from each zone, for example, Calvia, Vignola?
Yeah. I think it's very important to make sure that they know that we're coming.
Yeah.
Especially because we've got, and that's partly why we do have a limited amount, because when you start going over a certain amount of numbers, people can get upset. I mean, we've got a pretty good reputation with Natura Cavall. They know when we're coming into town. You know, we scoop up the horse poo. You know, we're pretty well behaved. Because you know, sometimes on the island horses have had a bad reputation because people, you know, not giving warning and that kind of thing in advance. So we're definitely organising this, and we've got friends across the island already who are in the local councils or the local police, and they're sort of paving the way for that. Yeah, because the last thing we want to do is have any problems.
Right. Cool.
But
congratulations, you guys.
Our community, if anyone thinks it has noticed anything we might have missed, so we've tried to cover law, legislation, public health, minimising or eradicating any chance of disease transmission, charities, safe houses, places to water and feed the horses. If anyone can think of anything that we might have missed that we haven't thought of, as our family, please send it through in the WhatsApp chat or send Vicky a private message, because we think we've dotted all our I's and crossed our T's, but there's been some great questions and hopefully we've answered them properly.
Sorry, one more quick question. So you're going to have a Facebook page set up that we can sort of pass on and link into so people can track and people can comment, and is there going to be like an open group like that, social media wise?
Yes, we've got the Natura Cavall page. So we're using the Natura Cavall page for this, for Facebook and Instagram. We'll be posting on other places, but that's where you can ask questions, and basically that's where we're going to be posting things up as we go along, little videos and a blog and everything. So you can sort of track us through that rather than the website, which will still be, you know, open for business more than anything.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Well done. Amazing. Make me quite emotional, actually. Thanks for making me part of it. I'll definitely share my heart out of it and hopefully get involved at some point with my kids along the way.
Oh, you must. Where's your area again? Is that, are you quite near Palma?
We Calvia, we like Port Towel, so very residential. Yeah, but I think it'd just be amazing to see you riding through it. That's what I was asking. I think it'd just be absolutely incredible, you know, a bit of light in people's life. But as you said, I don't know what the local councils and powers that be would comment on it. But hey, who knows? If you get enough force behind it that's for the good, then I'm sure you can achieve really great things through it, you know?
And also, by the time we set off, things will be normalizing again. Bars will be opening, and you know, it's sort of people will be allowed out more. So you know, it'd be nice for kids to, even if they are just knowing that we're going through, and you know,
100%.
from the balcony, you know,
100%. If you can somehow get into areas that kids are being cooped up in high-rise apartment blocks and all the rest of it, if you could, you'd need to maybe coordinate with a powers that be in those areas, but I just think it'd just bring a lot of light to people's lives through raising funds for charities, but also just little kids that are being cooped up with no interaction with nature, you know?
Yeah.
Kirsten,
I think you got a good point there.
Kirsten, do you want to say something about Calvia?
Yeah, it's just about the route, basically. once the route goes out there, there's an email address that you can email if your property is en route with land where you can give us a safe haven. That would be absolutely fantastic. But we won't sort of know where we're going to be until maybe a couple of hours before. But if you email in and then we know that you're in the zone that we're going to be going round, then we can contact you maybe, I don't know, the day before or something. If you're not working and you can accommodate, then that would be great. The email will be out there after this.
We have a very cool safe place in Cowboy as well that's been lined up at the moment. So probably in walking distance.
Guys,
Brilliant.
one more thing.
Sorry, just before you do, Mia had a question, and I'd just like to give her the space. Mia, do you want to, I'll just unmute you. Did you have a question? I'm just trying to unmute you. Mia, can you unmute yourself? You raised your hand. Give me a wave if you want to talk. Or maybe she was just giving us a high five. I can't unmute.
Yeah.
Sorry. Next person.
Leyland.
Yeah, thanks. High fives to everyone, by the way. And thanks
Yeah.
for letting me into this meeting. Just one thought about, some people that might be concerned about the animals and animal right groups. We might want to post or have published a small list of on-call veterinarians or farriers that have agreed to work with us along the different legs of the journey in that area where we'll be, or just have a list of like 5 veterinarians that have agreed to be on call, so we can tell people who ask, or the reporters who ask, or citizens who ask, hey, well, what about the horses and stuff like that, just so we're ready with that response if they ask.
That's brilliant. It's a brilliant ideas there, Leyland. Really, really good. Good point. We've got our usual vet, obviously, who's totally behind us. But it would be good to have vets in other areas because it is a big drive.
Right.
It's a long way to get to us. So yeah, if we know of any good vets in the areas, in the south, in the north, in the west, then that would be good.
I think the one that we use here might be interested in putting her name in there too.
Yes, that would be brilliant. That would be amazing. So we'll let's get that started then. Definitely. We've got Amanda doing our intensive first aid and our intensive first aid kit for horses and humans.
Oh,
so
nice.
Starting that soon. Yeah. Amanda's how would you describe yourself, Amanda? An action nurse.
Yeah, I teach extreme medicine for adventurous souls like the Cowboys. So we work with the Volvo Ocean Race, Antarctic explorers, and Cowboys to keep them safe and out of trouble. We're going to be providing military style equipment in small packs. So there'll be things like Celox, which is a really fast coagulation device for any arterial bleeds, tourniquets, that we're going to be able to give horses and humans IVs if we need to, all sorts of really extensive kit that in a really small containers there, because we will be remote and we want to be self-sufficient, and we don't really expect the helicopters to have to, in all the time I've been riding with the Cowboys, which is quite solidly for a year, we've never had an accident, but you just never know, and we will be remote. So I specialise in remote medicine, and that's where I'm going to step up and really make sure everyone's being as safe as they possibly can and having as much fun as they can.
Remote
and I'm
medicine.
very excited actually about doing that. Yeah, it's amazing. Remote medicine. Amanda's speciality. Quite exciting actually. I'm very excited about all of this. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we have any more questions or?
Raise your hand. Has anyone got a question?
Amanda, what are you thinking?
Hey? I'm thinking I'm so excited. Let's just get going. And let's all have a massive party and get together to start the ride. You know, I think we should all be there and all waving flags and getting amongst it. And I'm just thinking, I haven't asked anyone about this, but I just thought of a really good idea. Like, we are getting some t-shirts printed. So if anyone wants a t-shirt, you could pre-order it as well. Is that all right, Lizzie, that I throw that in there?
Yeah, that sounds brilliant.
I think
We're calling it the Ride to Rescue. So it's the RTR 220 with a map and Natura Cavall, and then on the front we've got the logo for the Alan Graham Foundation. So these are the t-shirts, and they're going to be white with bottle green Natura Cavall colours on the back. So pretty exciting.
they're going to be so cool. You're going to want 4.
The R2R. Yeah.
All right, so
Try and
we
keep
might
those
wrap
t-shirts
it up.
clean.
If any final words, Lizzie, Kirsten, Verity, has anyone got anything to say before we finish up?
The big party afterwards.
Yes.
We want you to do some of your tricks, Leyland, at the party.
Lizzie, did you
Me and
mention
Kirsten are going to be mud wrestling.
I'm up for it. Bring on the beans.
being and mud wrestling? Brilliant. Did you say
We've been
something
practicing.
about you were building a bar as well at the stables?
Yeah,
Is that
we're building a little bar at the stable, so you can come in and have a little drink. We're just trying to basically, we've been organising everything, and the Cowboys have been working hard to, because it's become about in a very spontaneous way, Natura Cavall, and it's grown in a very sort of organic way over the last 14 months, I'd say. So all the time we're just sort of realising things that we need to do and getting those things nailed on. I think a little bar is very necessary because as much as we love all hanging out in Chavi's house for hours after a ride, I think it would be good if we could all sit in the shade under a lovely tree and have beers. Yeah. Even if Chavi needs to go and have a siesta, then he can.
And the coffee before we start as well.
Yeah, exactly. But on return, we're definitely going to be doing a big party, and we'll have the wonderful Johanna singing some of her stuff. She's been promoting us on her concerts with Elysion every Saturday night, and I think a lot of us have been there. So thank you, Johanna, for that, and Nick. Really appreciate it. And also thank you to Phoebe and Freya, their beautiful daughters who are volunteers with Natura Cavall, and part of the huge family that we are now. Yeah.
And just one bit of something I just want to add before we wind it up. Most people here probably know this, but there's a new member of the family. Does everyone know that? Lizzie, are you still there? Yeah. Can you tell us about the new member of the family?
The new member of the family. Are we talking about the baby pony? Or are we talking about someone else?
The baby pony.
The baby pony, who I called Lagatha after the Viking warrior, and then Dran's granddaughter called her Butterfly. So I think she's called Lagatha Butterfly. So she was just born safe and well, and I put a few pictures up there of her. I'll put them up on the Natura Cavall page now. And Appaloosa has actually taken on the pony that was born disabled as her own, so she's very much enjoying being a mom as well. So yeah, it's all good.
Amazing.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, she's beautiful. I'll put the photos up of the baby pony now, Lagatha Butterfly. Yeah.
Incredible.
So yeah.
Well, thanks everyone for being a part of it. We'll probably wrap it up now, and we'll get ready for our public announcements. So keep an eye out, share the post, share the love, make a donation, buy a t-shirt, buy us a beer, buy some food, and most of all, just try and visit us somewhere where we are along the way.
Yeah. Or phone up Chavi and go and see him. go for a ride with him up at the stables.
And he's going to need some love. He's going to be a bit lost
Yeah.
and lonely. So I think everyone needs.
Shabby, come and say goodbye, you two. I'm calling them over. I've been shooing them away as they gallop past, and well, Shabby's trying to keep Joanna under control, but she can't. So yeah.
Hello.
Shabby, just.
Everyone give Chavi
Bye.
a wave.
People.
I've just been telling everyone, Shabby, that people are going to be riding with you while we're en route.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I will be in charge of the people.
Oh, it's going to be super chill. It's
Yeah.
going to be good. Crazy Dran, say goodbye. Yeah, he's can't do anything about Dran. Yeah, okay, he's just getting my phone wet. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Manda, for being an amazing host.
Love
Bye.
you, family. See you soon. See you on the road.
Bye, Manda.
See you on the road. Bye.
Good luck.
Bye, Amanda. Thanks.
Xavi, ¿te puedes pedir un favor?